push dry. You even try and shake it, but no matter
What's going on? What's going on? Y'all need a haircut. I don't even like seeing hair on my head anymore. Oh my God.
You get caught in your own head. What if no one gets it? What if they don't like it?
What's going on, everybody?
It's important to say my ideas are
Get the new album. Listen, it's so fire. I want to say thank you to somebody. Let me see who this is. So many things. I got goodies sent in the mail. Kareem, thank you. Okay. Body butter, lip scrub, face and lip scrub. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I got soap. Y'all know I be talking about how ashy I am. This is the second time somebody has sent me, and I love it. Thank you. What's going on, everybody? Ooh, it got instructions and stuff. Thank you. I can't wait to read this. I love it. I just opened the mail. It got instructions. This is nice. Okay.
The world is looking at you.
Oh, this is like lotion. You were born for this.
There's no doubt about that.
You were born for this.
There's no doubt about that.
You were born for this.
There's no doubt about that.
So wake up to your greatness. Listen, I got some body butter I'm excited about. She said this will guarantee keep me unashy. Ooh, smell good. Hey, the world needs you to be strong. What's up, guys? What's up, Kim? Y'all, these black elbows. My mama told me when I was a kid, but I didn't listen. What's going on, y'all? Oh, I love it. Love it. Live louder, yeah. You were born for this. What's up, guys? Okay, so listen. If you haven't got the album, you were born for this. That's not the name of the album. The name of the album is called Unleash the Artist Within. It's on iTunes. It's on. Go to type it in on YouTube, okay? Get this music. It like instantly wakes you up. I had someone send me a message yesterday and they said, Keisha, I put this album on and she was like, I swear, it was like my fuel. I got a job. It changed my energy. And I know that my energy change was a result of the words of this song. I was like, yes, so many people are using this music before they go do something courageous, something that makes their belly go, oh no, I'm supposed to be doing that or not. Listen, I use it. It helps me. Do you guys know that I lost 2 people? We lost 2 people in our family last week. And then just this week, just getting things prepared because the funeral is going to be in Louisiana and, you know, just taking care of my mom, helping my dad out. My dad's but keeping my mother. She has Alzheimer's. Like there's a lot of stuff happening. You know what I'm saying? And you have to be able to pull yourself back into the energy so that you can do what you have to do. Because if you stop what you're doing and keep succumbing, if that's the word, if you keep like playing into the things that appear to be problems and conflicts, thank you guys, then like what you're really doing yourself and your loved ones no justice. If you're not waking up and doing your creative, like your art, your thing, like whatever it is, like if you're not doing the work, even if the work is in service, you're serving someone. If you're not getting there with the right attitude, the right energy and helping people, because that's what you're called to do, then you literally will be going nuts. Like you're going to drive yourself nuts. And so you've got to find ways to put yourself back into the right energy state so that you can be you. Because no matter what we think, when we go try to help every single body else and we don't do what we do, then next thing you know, we're void and we're crazy. And you just kind of feel like a psychopath. So Kiwana says, good morning. I listened to the album last night before I went to bed. I got today feeling great. Exactly. Literally, the words are crazy, crazy good. Not because I just like, no, like me and Regan. If you don't know, follow my girl, Regan Hillier, ReganHillyer. I don't know why I'm going like this. And I really am not feeling my hair right now. But okay. Enough about me. My point is that things are always happening. Like, ain't nobody just peachy perfect. That's not what's happening. Like, that's impossible because there are going to always be conflicts. But what I want to talk about today is something that we have to do more of. And I know this to be true because every time, like my life changed when I started doing this. How else can you get it? So everywhere, it's wherever you get digital music. So if you listen to it on YouTube, it's on YouTube. If you're on Apple Music, it's on Apple Music. If you're on Tidal, if you're on Spotify, if you're on where do you get your music, guys? That's where it is. So type in Unleash the Artist. Get it how you live. I get it how I live. Okay, so listen. The whole point of this live stream is that when we are not focused on our true desires and creative work, like the things that we're made for, you just get so freaking off track. Like, you know how good I am at creating a whole life around some off track. That don't even make sense. Like, but we all do it. And it's because it helps us avoid the thing. We create these shadow careers and these shadow lives. And shadow means that like there's the real thing and then there's the shadow and you're over there. I had a marker and I got really excited. And so I wrote on my hand. Anyway, how many of you guys know exactly what I'm talking about? Oh, if it's just me, that's cool. Then it's just me. Cherie says, yes, the album is very uplifting and full of energy. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Reed and I poured our hearts and souls into this. Literally, it came out so naturally that it took us a day to write it and a day to record it. Crazy. So, because we just lived this stuff. Like, so it was just super, super easy. We're obsessed. We got a song called Obsessed. So make sure you guys get the album for sure. Today, I want to talk about being aimless. I've been listening to a lot of stuff, and it seems like everything is pointing back to like the children of Israel. If you follow like Bible stories, then you'll know the children of Israel were freed from slavery, right? And you know what I love that Miles Monroe made a great distinction about is that you have the young generation and the new generation. Well, the young generation were born, a lot of them were born in the desert, okay? After they were free, so the kids were born into a free desert. It wasn't nothing going on, but it was free. God was giving them bread and water. They were like, they had everything they need, right? And so it's crazy because they didn't have to work the way that their parents had to work. And so the youth, they just YOLO, 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 wow. And then you have the people who were slaves taking on, I know, huh, Joy? You have the people who were slaves they were free, but they still had slave mentality. So they couldn't even wrap their mind around being free because all they know was slavery. So even though they were outside of slavery, they were still acting like slaves. And so here's what's crazy about that. Your environment and not even, it's your environment and your conditioning. Because Tony Robbins, everybody speaks about this at the end of the day. We're always conditioning ourselves, whether we like it or not. For example, if you've been watching the news, okay, every time I step in somebody's house, everybody's watching the news. And it feels like poison to me. Like, I'm just like, oh my God, like, because it's just depressed. Like, this is depressing. Kids being taken, like, this is depressing. And it's not that you ignore it, right? For me, it's like, if you only look at that, then it kind of feels like poison. And what's crazy, guys, my mother has Alzheimer's. My daddy watched that stuff so much, she be quoting, she know what's going on. Like, it's interesting how, because it's repeated, she's being conditioned. The world is ending. The president is crazy. The kids are being snatched. Everything's down. We're all going to hell real, real, real fast. You're conditioning yourself. Okay, take the church we grew up in. Y'all know I talk about it all the time because it is what it is. Everything was, you're going to hell. You're going to hell. You got on a dress. You got on makeup. You got on earrings. You got on nails. You're going to hell. You must be Jezebel. Hell, hell, hell. And then you try to go live a regular life. And the only thing your subconscious mind, because you've been conditioned, even though when everybody that I know that has left that church has had a hard time transitioning because you have been conditioned. Conditioned. Do you guys understand what that means, conditioned? If you don't, comment below. But I hope you do, because some people may not understand that, which is totally fine. Like, but you're always conditioned. Your environment is conditioning you, whether you like it or not, is my point. And I remember, like, okay, when I lived in California, and I still have a spot in California, but like, even if you walk in my room, you walked in my house, like wherever I was, when people walked in, they were just like, oh, I feel inspired. They always felt that way. Whether I was living in a box, when I first moved, I lived in a small room. Okay. But when I moved into my own place, or even when I moved in the upstairs big room where it was a sauna, jacuzzi, and everything, right? No matter where I was living, you walked in and you felt something. Why? Because I was conditioning myself. Because if you do not, everything else around you will. And it creates aimlessness. Type that in the comments. Aimlessness. Is that a word? Yeah, that's a word. Aimlessness. Yes, that's a word. It creates aimlessness. Because, hey, Angela, because what happens is, like, everything else, you just become a product of what's pouring into you. And guys, we don't take it serious. We go, oh, okay, like whatever. Like, we literally do not Yeah, the churches are teaching you limited beliefs. A lot of them are. Not all of them. I love church. I love Jesus. Don't get me twisted. But understand that a lot of people it's just a mess. It's like one person's opinion, and it just creates these camps of limiting. They should call it limited belief camps. That's what they're creating. Okay. So I see you typing aimlessness. Like seriously, it's very much a thing. It's a real thing. And here's the deal. If you find yourself feeling like you're going in circles, or you find yourself feeling, yes, like for real. I made some notes for you guys. If you find yourself tired, if you find yourself frustrated, if you find yourself doubtful, if you find yourself wanting to quit, if you find yourself feeling like it's taking the long way, like the long, I don't believe in quick fixes, but I do believe what? Okay, we'll take it. Tapasna always interrupting. What? This is you're just an interruption. If you find yourself distracted, then it could be because you're not doing the thing that I'm about to talk about now. Thank you. Okay, y'all, hold on. This is a camera. Oh, he's always just in the way. I'm always just in the way. Just go ahead, carry on. I wish y'all could see this. So listen, the whole thing is this. If you're aimless, then there's no bullseye. Like you've got to have a target. The reason why it feels frustrating and weary and all these things, because there's going to always be conflicts. Did you guys not hear me say that people just died? My mama got Alzheimer's. She's like, I'm trying to help pack her clothes. My daddy is cuckoo. I don't even know my brother. Like, this is what's happening. This is actually real life. It was actually good timing. Exactly. It was a good point, huh? Thank you, Top, for the demonstration. But listen, my whole point is there's always things. There's going to always be conflicts. There's going to always be options and choices and questions that you're questioning. And so what I realize is when I get really, really frustrated, I'm not looking at the vision. Because today I was like, whoa. Go back to what you wrote out because you didn't spend all that time writing it out for no reason. Does these situations match your vision? At the end of the day, I can't be my best person to anyone around me if I'm not in alignment. So it has nothing to do with them, but everything to do with them. Because it's me first. It sounds selfish, but it's me first. That's the way that it goes. And me, I, you, we have to write out our visions. And it's like people just think that there's something else. And if you haven't written it out, when things happen, you can get like, it just feels like people are just throwing books on you, and things on you. And you just kind of you crash and you're frustrated and it's tiring AF. It's so tiring because there's no clear vision. And so my job is to step into the highest version of myself on a day-to-day basis. My job is to be the best that I can be on a day-to-day basis. My job is to get out my art, my creativity, my thing on a day-to-day basis. After I do me, then we can do we. Because nobody wants, you see how many parents, so many parents, I watch my parents argue. It's because everything can't, there's communication and then there's the thing. You got to do your thing. You got to do your thing. And then we do our thing together. And if these things are not in alignment, if my vision and your vision and these, we can't just jump into some stuff, right? It feels like this. It just feels like this. But guys, if your life feels like this right now, then you need to just give me a 1 hand, 2 hand, give me some hearts. Because I know what you're talking about. And so guys, I just wanted to remind you today that you can turn your frustrations into productivity. You can turn your boredom into creativity. You have to be able to tap into you. You were born creative. You were born with the answers. Isn't that funny how the earth was made with the resources and it kept taking people to use their brains because they had the answers inside of them to do things. I remember when I was growing up, they used to say that, we used to couldn't sing. If that's right, we used to couldn't. Yeah, y'all know I'm country. We used to couldn't sing, I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. They said that song was a sin because it tells you that the answer is inside of you. The answer is inside of you. The answer is there. How many times have you answered your own question? You know more than you think you know. In the comments right now, type in, I am so freaking smart. I'm so freaking smart. I'm so freaking smart. It doesn't mean that God isn't all-knowing. It doesn't mean that that you're worshiping you and not God. It just means that God built you on purpose, for purpose, with the creativity, with the art, with the answer inside of you. And it's your job to go deep and step into the desires. If your desires are for helping people, creating something so that you can be a leader, speaker, author, get your message out, do your thing. You about to do hair, makeup, nails for whoever. You about to be popping. If this is the thing that keeps coming to you, then that's the thing. That is the thing. That is the thing. It's not a trick. You think your brain just comes up with this stuff for a reason? It's not a trick. It's not a trick. Do you think that God is sitting there going, wait till I show? Like, no, God is saying, when will they figure it out? Well, it's already done. Whatever you want, whatever I want, it's already done. This is the conversation I give myself, by the way. So please don't think I'm up here talking about like I don't say this to myself. This is the conversation that I give myself. And then it always makes sense. It always works out. 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 Listen, I know you know that's true because everything you panicked about, it always worked out. So why are you panicking? Because you're not looking at the vision. That's all. That's it. Like, we can't just keep shooting arrows like with a blindfold, just shooting. Oh my God, if I just keep shooting, then one thing don't work. How about we just be intentional and stop? I hate that I think everything happens for a reason. So but I really just laugh at myself because I can really tell the story because I went through it, right? But I think it's funny how I just went so around, like even with music, I went so around it because it was just so much fear. It was like, oh, I'll do that whenever this other thing happens. And oh my God. And I actually really love what I've created for myself. But I was like, like we live as if we know. Like, how did I know? How was I going to? There was no proof that I had more time than I gave myself. Does that make sense? Like, what? So that means I got to wake up every day and put myself in a state, in an environment, and put myself through the mental process, and then the few things that match what it is I should be stepping into on a day-to-day basis. You know what I loved about Black Panther? Everybody was only doing what they were meant to be doing. I took notes when I'm such a nerd. I'm in a movie with a notepad. And one thing that stood out to me was, like, for example, if you didn't watch Black Panther, I'm sorry, but I've watched it 3 times. If you watched it, you saw the sister, her thing was being down in that lab, making things pop. Like, and she enjoyed it. That's what she was created for. She flourished and she thrived because she was doing the thing that she should be doing. And so even though they're such a tight-knit family, it wasn't like they was trying to see what the king was going to do and then they could maybe do what they... No, everyone had a role and they stayed in their role. And I loved that illustration because I truly believe that, you know, we let life get in the way and then we're not doing the thing that we're made to be doing. And so I want to invite you guys to do that, to do the thing, like to start being intentional. And listen, I don't mean go quit your day job. Like, that will stress you out because you're a human and you live in the real world. Okay. So, but what you can do, and I've done this and I would do it all again this way. Good morning, everybody. I see you guys saying good morning on YouTube. I would do it again all this way, is go back and revisit, go back and write out what it really looks like to do what you love. Like, I know Black Panther was so good. It made you just be proud to get up and fight for what you want. Exactly, Mark. Exactly. It's literally like, okay, hold on, y'all. Something's coming through my phone. It's literally, it was the perfect illustration of how everyone can have an individual thing and then collectively be so freaking strong. And I don't know about you, but this is the time more than ever that people need to go work on their art and bring it out quicker, sooner, faster, so that the world can be thriving. Like, and it's not that it's not thriving, but we need more of you. We need more of me. We need more of what it is that you do. And it doesn't have to be this. I mean, I know this is my karaoke mic, but it doesn't have to be everyone is a singer, everyone is a whatever. But what do you do? What kind of flash of inspiration are you getting that you ignore and say that's for whenever I get to this other part of my life, as if it's guaranteed? How about waking up and tuning into, what do you really feel, right? You can create a strategy around that, guys. You can literally build a future around your art. Like, seriously, you totally can. And I keep telling you guys, that's what I did. And the funny thing is it worked even for the things that, I don't know, I wouldn't even say nothing's an accident. I don't believe so. It works, period. Like, even when I was building it around something that I probably could have not did, okay, put it that way. Like, it just works. You have to have a vision and you have to set goals, and the goals need to be in alignment with your vision. And it will help you understand which day-to-day problems that you don't even have to freaking pay attention to, because there's going to always be problems. There's so much that I have worked on feeling guilty about, when it comes to my family and friends and other things. And then I just realized the more I do me, the more I be me, the more I create what I'm called to create, the more they'll be actually helped. So if I don't do me, then it's doing a disservice to them. So the only thing that I keep being available for is me, because first of all, it's not in a selfish way, because everything that I desire and want to do in my life helps everybody else in the world, my family, my community, and the world. Does that make sense, guys? Like, don't ever start with this small little peanut vision. Like, it's just not cool. You've got to map it out. You've got to map it out. Hi, Sebastian from Micosina. Hope your wife is doing well. So we go to Micosina a lot, and Sebastian sometimes waits on us, and we always talk about YouTube. We always just, say hello to each other. I love that. That's so awesome. And so we followed each other's YouTube channel. And so I'm glad to see you here. Listen, become a visionary. Exactly. Become a visionary and understand that everything that you have going on now, you brought about. It's a blessing because you can change it. And so it's also a tool. It's a part of your story. We're always being molded and shaped for our necessary things that we need to get out. Like, I was doing my journal the other night. Let me show you guys. We are rewarded by doing what we're created to do on earth, not by doing what we want or by doing what someone else, what we see other people doing. Like, oh, that looks cool, I want to do that too. You hear the stories about people that work for it, but that doesn't work for the average person. Listen, aimlessness means you're getting up and you're doing a bunch of things and you haven't mapped out the vision. And so when things happen, you're just taking it and you're getting tired, you're getting frustrated, and you aren't seeing what you want to see for your life. So really the question is, what do you want to see for your life? How about designing your freaking dream life and stop waiting? Listen, we're all here to do good. It's natural for you. We got bad people in the world, but naturally, like, you ever see those videos that go viral because people are showing their kids? I saw a video the other day where this lady with her son waited for the trash man. And when he saw the trash man, he got so excited, and the trash man picked him up and they let him pull the lever on the trash truck. And it was a white kid and a black man. And I thought that was the perfect example of how we naturally are, because that's how we naturally are. Like, the way they were, it was just the cutest video. Why do we like that? Because that's how we naturally are. We're naturally built to do good work and to do good deeds. And we naturally want to give. It's just who we are. And also, you don't have to be a starving artist. Right? That's a whole nother thing. But you don't have to be a freaking starving artist. There's a reason why you're pulled and called to certain things. And so it's all about learning how to monetize it. But before you try to monetize something, like, write it out and make it super clear on what that something is. God only molds us for our specific things, like our specific things. And so, for example, everything I've been through is necessary. Everything. And people always say, you have a story for everything. Obviously, it goes along with what my purpose and assignment is on this earth. And it helps me relate to people. It helps my message get out to more people. It just helps. Everything that I do now, my past supports. And I forgive everything in my past. I forgive myself for stupid mistakes. I forgive people for things they've done to me. And I just continue to flourish and thrive. And I want to invite you guys on that same journey with me, right? And so a lot of you guys have already joined, and you guys have come into this course where my girlfriend, Regan Hillier, who is a multimillionaire, traveling the world. She literally lives all around the world. She's location free, spends her entire life just helping people become more of who they are. And she creates several millionaires in a year. Her company they work on branding. She does a lot of charity work, and she creates courses like myself. And we just locked in at the heart and just had girl talk, right? And we were just like, man, we got to help more creators. She's also a musician. She does a lot of writing, and it was just amazing because we just were talking about our art and what we're up to in the world. And it naturally made sense that we wanted to create something for people that, you know, allow them to think how we're thinking so that they can get started and not feel like they need to be starving artists. And so this course that we created is called Building a Future. Well, I'm sorry, it's called Unleash the Artist Within. And it's all about building a future around your art. And the very first thing that you have to do is actually build a vision. And I know you hear this. And the funny thing is, it's the thing that nobody does. Everybody knows that they need to have a vision. If you go in my bathroom right now, my goals are there. If you look on any of my notes on my computer, you see the big picture, you see the details, you see how much it's going to cost, you see allocation, you see all of that because it's just what you have. Like you bring about what you think about, you will attract it. You begin to take action and you align with it on a day-to-day basis. But a lot of times we say, oh yeah, I'll do that. Or you write it. It's not big enough. It's not realistic. It's what somebody else wants to do. And you haven't really just put time into yourself. Like, how long do you need to be tired and worried and stressed out? Like, I don't know about y'all, but that's not the life. That's not the life. And I don't believe that you have to, subscribe to it. Right? You don't have to subscribe to that. And so what we wanted to do is create a course that was all about our strategy that works. Yes, I'm on lesson 2 yes, Cherie. Yes. I love it. She's already in. So listen, here's what we did. We put together this crazy course. The value of this course is $9.97. Here's what you get for this course. So it's 7 modules, right? And it's going to walk you through creating, like, literally what I did to go from sleeping on the floor to a 6-figure stylist to now 6-figure digital marketer. Basically, I create content online. I'm a content creator. I'm not gonna call myself a marketer. And it's what I'm doing now because I'm doing more music. So I'm using the same formula and I realized, like, oh, how'd you just create all of this stuff and you haven't done music? So like, this ain't nothing you do one time, right? Like, you're gonna, as you grow, as you become more aligned and listen to your heart, contrary to what everybody else tells you, you begin to start saying, oh, I do actually want that. I do actually want that, and that's okay. So anyway, we wanted to give you the steps that we both do. Now, here's what's funny. You have a multi-millionaire, Regan Hillier, and then you have myself, 6 figures, right? And you go, what? Y'all do the same thing? It shows you the power of mindset. I'm working this stuff out myself. So no matter where you are, it's just like, come on, hop on the boat. Like, come on, dude, right? And so here's the deal. We created 7 modules that map out the vision. It helps you. We talk about our environment. Everything that we have created for ourselves is not an accident. There are actually principles and laws. You will hear the same people like Oprah and all these other people saying it. And it just took us a minute to figure it out. We're like, oh. And then we realized that we struggled so much because it just wasn't put in simple terms in an easy to get place. And so that's what we created for you. The value of the course is $9.97. Now, you get the 7 modules online course. You can do it from anywhere in the world. We have people from all over the world in this course. Welcome to everybody that's already joined this week. And literally, you have the private Facebook group, which you can do the work and ask Regan and myself anything. Like, so you get VIP coaching. You just drop in there and ask whatever you need. Like what? That's crazy. Okay. And we have workbooks to go along with it. So not only do you get to watch the videos, but you can print the workbook out and the workbooks out and just write along with it, journal along with it so that you have, when you're done, a workbook so that you can go back through. The most powerful thing I did when I got started in business for myself in general, when I literally sat down and wrote out what I wanted. I will tell you this, I played too small. I was only looking at my circumstance. I was only looking at like one step ahead and how can I just get one step better? I was only looking at, it was so small, but it worked. And then I did it again, and then it worked. And then I did it again. And I just kept pushing myself, right, out of my comfort zone. And I kept reading. I kept learning. You know how many books I had to go through to understand what I was doing and why it was working? Yeah, it's crazy. Meanwhile, we just made a course so that you can just dig into it. And I'm so proud of this because it is literally a toolbox. I'm telling you guys, I'm going back through it. Well, I've been going back through it. and recently, and just putting more music on my workbook, because I'm like, what the heck was I thinking? Like, why didn't I add, like, how you can create anything? Like, you really can create anything. And so it's just amazing, the possibility. And the whole thing is that people don't value this. People don't do this. And so you are aimless. You're just shooting shots, hoping something work. It's not motivating. You find yourself stressed out. You get tired. You're doubting yourself over and over again. You keep switching things. Before I actually had a plan, I tried so many things. Oh, I'm going to make websites for people. Oh, I'm going to make mobile apps. Oh, I'm going to, there's so much that I could be doing, right? And then I just realized, okay, wait, what do I want to feel? And every time I go there, if I were that, how would this be? And I kept just growing. And people literally, it's so funny. I do this event every year lately for the last 5 years. And everybody that comes to that event, they come back to me the next year. They're just like, the growth doesn't even make any sense. It's because I'm always tapping in. And so I don't want day by day growth. I want quantum leaps. You guys understand what I'm saying? Like the first year of my online business, it was less than 10 grand. The next year it was 20. The next year was 40. I always want to double it. And then the next one was 6 figures. Like, I always want to double it. I always want to like go up. It's like any other thing doesn't even make any sense. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. That's a way you can live. And it's not, it's just a choice. It's literally just a choice. I'm just saying. They say you all who you hang around. Come into the community, and these people in the community are all fired up. And oh, by the way, that online thing I'm talking about, I kept my day job. So you don't have to quit your day job and start trying to live your dreams and passions when your bills and your rent is due. Because I think that is just creating so much stress. Some people, they can do it. You got to know thyself. If I quit it all today, I wouldn't be worried, because it would take, but I know me. I wouldn't recommend that to anybody. So this is not what I'm condoning, quitting your job and just, I'm an artist now. Like, that gets most people 9 times out of 10, you're going to be homeless. So the whole thing is, how do you not be a starving artist, right? How do you build a future around your art? So the modules in this course are super, super powerful. I'm going to pull them up because I always say them out of order. It's super powerful, and it's all about building a future around your art and stepping into it, right? Stepping into who you see in your mind, that flash. I remember, I tell you guys all the time, when I was a little girl, I would literally be taking a shower and I see myself singing on stage, or I see myself living a certain way. And it would kind of scare me a little bit. I'm like, ooh, that's going to be nice one day. One day. Don't turn into a one-day person. One day is not a day of the week, okay? One day is not a day of the week. So you got to sit down and get clear in your big picture, okay? And you're going to go deep into your vision, and you're going to make it plain. If you know me, you know I believe in vision. And you know what? Most people don't do this. Please don't be that person. Please see this and get convicted in your heart. Convicted so much so that you actually make a change. Because if you hear this and say, I'm motivated, Keisha, and you turn it off and you don't actually go map out the steps, you're just going to be the person who goes to the church for 30 years, who still be doing ratchet stuff, who still ain't did nothing different. The pastor rich, you broke. Don't be that person, okay? You need to be growing with him. If you ain't growing with your pastor, something is wrong, okay? Either with him or with you or with the both of you. I don't even know. Anyway, number 2, you're going to be talking about commitment and what that really looks like, because most people are not looking at what commitment really looks like. For example, just something really tangible. When I was in my beauty business, and I was actually I knew that I wanted to be a short hair specialist. I knew that I wanted to just be that. Now, before it was ever relevant, I knew what commitment looked like. And I knew that if I wanted to deem myself that title, I wasn't going to just I'm like, no, okay, I'm going to put up a schedule. Here's what I do. Like, literally, when I was doing long hair, I had a short hair mannequin hooked to my chair. And anytime somebody left the thing, I was curling that short hair mannequin. I was going and standing up, getting up at 5 a.m, shadowing someone else before I went to work. And then when I got off work, went back over there if they were still over there, so I can look and see what everybody's doing, so I can learn. I was so hungry. I was so committed. We talk about commitment in module 2. So that's where Cherie is right now. Now, number 3, we talk about fear, and we talk about self-sabotaging, and we talk about how crazy and real that is. And we give you an exercise that you can use over and over and over again. I use the same exercise when I'm journaling. This is my journal from the morning. And we talk about how to be okay with having fear, how to handle it so that it doesn't stop you. Because listen, fear is a mother. It feels like an invisible snake is stopping you and it chokes you. It makes you feel like crap and you just feel like you can't. And it's just so much. And we give you a formula that you can use over and over and over and over and over again. And so I'm super proud of that module. Now, in step 4, we're going to talk about how to actually step into and call in that highest person now, like that highest version of you. Let's be clear. You ain't trying to be Beyonce, okay? And it's not faking it until you make it. It's actually stepping into it. It's bending time and space. Do you know what that means? Is that you actually, you own it. It's crazy. It's like, I don't even know. It's just like when Beyonce comes, Sasha Fierce. Sasha Fierce is not an actual other person. It's just Beyonce, and she's just stepping into it because this is the now. And then even when she's off stage, it's still Sasha Fierce. It's still Beyonce. It's all one thing, right? If you got to name it, name it. But it's just stepping into that person, going after the thing that scares you, performing even though you feel nervous, and actually designing the show because life is the stage, baby, and you have to be it on, done. Number 5, we talk about discovering where your inspiration comes from and how do you remember what I talked about a minute ago. Remember what I talked about. When people step into my environment, they're always inspired. They're always like, oh my God. Oh. Why? Because that's who I am, and I condition myself and my environment to be the same. So much so that when I step into another environment that isn't, I feel like I'm getting sick in my blood because literally I've conditioned my life and my world, and I do what I want to do. Like you can literally create a life where you just say, like, this is what I want to live. This is where I want to do. This is what I want to drive. This is now, boom. And it sounds like magic. Get in the course so you can learn how it's not magic, okay? So then we talk about calling in the highest and then acting from that place, and then making the inspiration, making your environment a place where you don't have to wait for it to come. I was waiting for my book to come. I was waiting for the song that I'm going to write. I was waiting for it to come to me. BS, that's starving artist talk. Now we're going to talk about your environment, right? And what kind of people do you need in your life? What kind of new books? What kind of new masterminds? What kind of setup do you need? Okay. And then because that helps take your art to the next level, whatever it is that you create, that helps you take it to the next level. And then we're going to talk about the action. So it's about the action that you take once you've mapped everything out. Most people will not do this because they don't believe. They don't believe. It's really fear. You're like, okay, I know. What else should I do? What are the things I should do now? Okay, but you don't have no vision, so you're going to be aimless and you're going to be frustrated in 3 to 6 months because you're just doing a whole bunch of stuff and it's getting frustrating. It's painful. And you've created this life for yourself and you're looking around because guess what? You manifest the life that you have right now. So if you're seeing something, it's coming from you. You've got to change it, okay? You can change it. That's the magical part. Now, the value of this course is easily $997. Easily $997. So Regan and I looked at each other, we're like, okay, what do we want to do? How do we feel? First we said $397, then we said $297, and then I said, Reg, one day, like this was after we said $297, that's the set price. That's a one-time investment for lifetime access for this toolbox. Then I was like, how about we give the first 50 people full access for one payment of $197? Boom. Then Regan was like, and we'll put payment plans. Boom. So you got payment plans, $197 for the first 50 people. I think there's like 30 slots left. So go for it, guys. All you have to do is literally go to, I made it easy for you. Go to LakeishaMichelle.com and you're going to see, you shall see, what did I title it? Because I'm always titling something, and then I forget what I said. Oh, you're going to see, I'm ready for the full program, save $100. The code is VIP Artist. The code is VIP Artist. And just go to LakeishaMichelle.com. The link is in the comments here on YouTube. I'm going to put it there now. And then you're going to see building a business around your art. Okay, building a business around your art with Regan Hillier. That's my girl. Listen, we are so excited about what we created because we wanted to be able to give you guys the formula that you can use over and over and over and over and over again. It's a toolbox. It's not something that you buy and then you put down, okay? You get 7 videos. You get VIP access in the private Facebook group with coaching from myself or Regan, whichever you prefer. You get team, you get family, you get people that are actually doing the same thing that you're doing. Because as you begin to do things differently, your friends, your family, they're going to be like, okay, she different. She thinks she did. What is going on? And that could deter you. And so you need to have people who are doing the same things you're doing because we all learn from each other. We all learn from each other. Now, here's the deal. This is going away. This is going away on Saturday, and it's not going to be available. It's not a trick. We launched this last November. This is our second launch, and it's going to go away. We're going to make it better, and you get access to all the updates. The price will change. This is the thing that I wish more people would invest in, because especially, I'm not trying to be funny, to all my white friends, all my Mexican friends, y'all know I love everybody, but my black people, especially like I just get our mentality. I can't speak for other races because I'm black. Okay. Our mentality, we're trying to do so much, but the mentality is not right. The vision is not clear. There's some things that are culturally sitting on our shoulders. And we're trying to do these things, but we have a conditioning as a black community. There's been a conditioning. Take it all the way back. Right? There's a conditioning that has happened. And so you find yourself trying to move forward, but you got these old mentalities. And it's so funny. There's a professor that calls it post-traumatic slave syndrome. Like there's some slave-minded foolishness still going on in our community. And this is the thing that we've got to look at. We've got to break past our fears. We got to release the doubt on a daily basis, because doubt is going to come. You've got to release guilt on a daily basis, because guilt is going to come. I feel like I'm different from my people. They're going to be, you know how many people tell me that are black that come to me and tell me that because they took my course, their family members said they were crazy and that I was taking their money and blah, blah, blah. Like, that's mentality. That stems from the post-traumatic slave syndrome. Okay, I know I just took it real left, but I'm just saying, it's the truth. It is the truth. Dr. Joy, exactly. Okay, my computer always dying. Hold on, y'all. It's just the truth, and it is what it is. So listen, get in and break these habits. Like, I'm so over it. And it's so interesting because I talk to so many people about bringing classes to my community, and they instantly say, no, the mentality is bad. And I just feel so bad. Why? And I keep asking God, why do I care? Because the mentality is bad and it is draining AF. But then you know what? Hey, it is what it is. I obviously care, and we have to stop it. We're hurting our children with this just ridiculous mindset. And it comes from generational things. You have to transform your mind. Exactly, Cherie. And then you have to actually create a vision for yourself and understand that you can. Everybody can. Everybody on here, even if you ain't whatever color, everyone can. And so listen, there's so much that we can do on accident. There's so much you can do on accident. You can do something really cool by accident. But what if you took a chance and actually went for something that you want? What if you took a chance and actually decided to design your life the way you want it? It's going to require you to be uncomfortable. It's going to require you to have conversations that don't feel good. It's going to require you to look a little crazy to the people that you love. But you've got to put the oxygen mask on yourself first. You've got to step up. You've got to own it. You've got to be okay with your brilliance. You've got to be okay with your dream. You've got to be okay with that thing that's keeping you up at night that you wish you could be doing. You've got to be okay with it. And the quickest way to stop doing all the foolery is when you have a clear vision. Because when foolery comes, you can literally pull out the worksheet and say, does this match? Nope, that don't match. Okay, gotta go. Holla back, right? And so listen, guys, and listen, even if you don't buy my product, it's not about my freaking class, right? You don't have to buy it, but I need you to work on your mind. That's why I do this. If you go watch my videos, no matter whether you buy something or not, you're going to get something, right? And then a lack mentality mindset will say, oh, she just wants some money. I get to get paid lavishly for providing amazing value, and so do you. So if you have something that you're selling and doing, and you feel like ain't nobody gonna pay me, you might want to look at how you look at other people that are creating. Karma's a mofo, okay? Like, you have to look at that and understand the value that you provide. Be okay with it. People don't stick to free stuff. The Bible is free. The dictionary is free. Half the books you could go get at the library. You know how many books I read to understand what I understand? I'm just saying. It's all free. Don't mean nothing. You can go get that over there. Y'all know I'm just being petty right now. God created me for this. I've accepted that. I am the one, not better than. I just stopped saying why me and start saying why. Exactly, Cherie. I can already tell you because your energy is on fire. I can already tell you've been in the course and you're actually doing the things because I could just tell. I could just tell from your energy. Guys, listen, I love to miss. Me too. I'm an addict. I was looking at a class this morning, and I said, Michelle, why are you so obsessed? You didn't have time to take this class. And I was like, I just need to have it. So when I'm ready to look at it, it's there. I have it. Because I just understand. Now, listen, knowledge is one thing. Action is another. We're going to give you the knowledge and you're going to take action and then you're going to get the results. That is how it's going to go. Now, the way you get this, and the code is VIP artist. Please write that down. And don't say it don't work because it does work. People be saying that. I think they just be so excited they type fast or something. Because every time I go back, it works. Click the $297 and then type in the code, hit apply, and you're going to see the price change. Boom. Okay? That's how it's going to work. I need to do that. Yes, Nalula, revisit it and put your music in there, girl. Put your music in there. Action is key. Exactly. And I love what Cherie said. It's perfect. Why not me? You didn't go through what you went through for an accident. You haven't went through anything that wasn't necessary. You're always being molded for your true purpose. So think about, everything, even the ugly stuff, look at how me going through an abusive relationship, I thought I was going to die. Like in real life, I thought I was going to die, but it's so necessary for my bigger purpose. I'm so glad I made it through. I'm so glad that I had the experience. I forgive him. I forgive me. Cause you got to realize there's a part of you that actually, so you start beating yourself up for being in something so crazy. Right. But I forgive everything completely and I walk free. And I get to tell women what mindset got me out, what song got me out. How did I understand? How did I forgive myself? I get to keep helping people, right? And it makes everybody else better because I saved myself, okay? And then I did the work around it. And it all molds me for my purpose and for my day-to-day walk in life, guys. This ain't no rehearsal. This is real life stuff, okay? Hey, everybody, I just joined. What we talking about? Katrina, what's going on? So we're wrapping up, actually. I have lunch with one of my girlfriends, and we're going to be somewhere super fabulous. But I wanted to leave you guys with this. The moral of the story is when we're aimless, because without a you and me, you exactly. I'm so much more freer. I didn't even understand. Without the abusive relationship, I wouldn't have understand that I was in a bondage still. I didn't even understand that I correlate. There's so much work, and I still do the work around the abuse because you actually still have post-traumatic. You can't get rid of post-traumatic. Maybe you can. I don't know. If something pop off crazy, my mind flips into abused mode. I go into defense. And it's just crazy. So you still have the aftermath of it, but learning how to talk yourself through it empowers me. And then I learned so much more about myself. And then when you guys are talking to me, I can say, hey, this is what you got to do because I live this literally. Sometimes I'll have a panic attack just driving in my old neighborhood because so much trauma happened there. And it just helps me. I can't not go to my mama's house. So I got to work on me. I'm constantly working on myself. I'm not sitting up perfect. It's insane. Nobody is. But the whole thing is that lost feeling, that aimless feeling, that stress, that am I good enough, that all of that, those feelings, you actually begin to pull those things out. You begin to pull those things out because you become so focused on your vision, on your art, and bringing it into the now. And then if you get off track, you have your vision and everything mapped out. So you're not going, okay, you're reinventing the wheel, right? You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to reinvent the wheel, and you don't have to do something great and then look back and say, how did that happen? Because now you have a vision, and now you have a goal, and now you know who you are, right? And who you need to be to achieve those things. You're committed. You know what commitment really looks like because people say, oh yeah, I'm committed. What does commitment really, 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 really look like? Does it mean getting up at 3:45 in the morning, to do your workout so that you can be prepared by 9 a.m.? You got to work out. You got to do your journal. You got to do your scripture. You got to make sure your food is what does commitment really look like for you and your art? A roadmap, exactly. Listen, when you're aimless, that was the moral of the story, Katrina. When we're walking around aimless, it's stressful. We leave everything up to chance. We can't duplicate our successes. And so then you're up and down like a roller coaster. This worked, then you're back, and then you're back. And this worked, and then, you're frustrated because it's just aimless. So how about we not and say we did, or didn't. Actually, just say you didn't. How about mapping it out? How about mapping it out? Listen, I got it super simple for you guys on LakeishaMichelle.com. You'll see Building a Future Around Your Art with Regan Hilliard. I'm actually just going to call it Unleash the Artist Within because that was the webinar title. And so this is literally just Unleash the Artist Within. Boom. So now all you have to do is go to LakeishaMichelle.com and you're going to log in once you sign up and get immediate access to all 7 courses and the workbooks. And you'll have access to the private Facebook group where myself and Regan Hilliard will be there to coach you along the way. You'll be around like-minded people and you can just begin to create the life that you love. Design your life, child. Don't let it design you. Everything you see is happening because you created it. So you have the ability to change it. I tell myself this on a day-to-day basis. It helps you so much because what happens is life happens and then you get frustrated. How about just looking and saying, okay, what do I no longer want to experience? And then what do I want to experience? And what is the fastest way to jump into that? Because it's in alignment with my vision. All right. That's the moral of the freaking story. I love you guys for all the interaction. Oh my gosh, these comments are lit. Yes, check out Dr. Joy. She's amazing. She talks about post-traumatic slave syndrome. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's so good. It will blow your brains, child. Hey, Lakeisha, I'm a part of Unleash the Artist Within. And I need to be, okay, cool. What's your actual name? Glam Her Jewel T. What's your actual name? And welcome. Yes. Hey, everyone. Thank you, Tiny. Cool, guys. And just go click on Unleash the Artist Within. The VIP code is, the code to get it for $197. One-time payment. It's yours forever. The code is VIP Artist. That's it. VIP Artist. Because you're VIP. And the first 50 people, there's less than 50 slots. This ends on Saturday. So you ain't got all day, child. You ain't got all day. Get in where you fit in. This is going away. It's not a trick. You're not going to be able to click the link later. It's gone when it's gone, and we'll launch it the next time it comes perfect for us. And we live all over the world, so we don't be knowing what's going on. So, I don't know. I would just get in and not spend the next 6 months aimless. Okay? That's it. Send me a message on Facebook, Glam Her Jewel Teak. I'm going to go have lunch with my girlfriend. I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Ciao.